Damn it. What the fuck? Now after fake Jason and fake Patience got sentenced to death in prison, fake Q was next, but fake Jason and Patience escaped, but now got locked back up again. Wah 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 To make me feel better, I'm going to Firehouse subs for my 110th job. Welcome to Firehouse subs. Our story has some serious meat to it. Growing up in a family that is both entrepreneurial and built on decades of fire and police service, it seems Chris Sorensen and Robin Sorensen were destined to start Firehouse subs. Of course they tried other things along the way to their American dream, rock and roll, real estate, and even Christmas tree farming. But everything they experienced on their path led them to opening the first Firehouse subs. Over 29 years later, with more than 1,250 Firehouse subs restaurants, people come back when they're treated well and fed well. Turns out, people absolutely love the same things as our founders, the best meats, cheeses, and toppings we can find. Take our hook and ladder sub for example, with Virginia honey ham, smoked turkey breast, and melted Monterey Jack. People come back again and again because, unlike other sub places, we steam our meats and cheeses, releasing a rush of flavors, then stuff a serving that's way overcoat on one of our toasted private recipe sub rolls. It's a winning combination that satisfies ravenous appetites and the value conscious alike, our future. We like to call our growth a controlled burn. Passing 1,200 locations, our expansion is carefully calculated. Rest assured there's a Firehouse coming your way. Now that Firehouse subs is part of the Restaurant Brands International (RBI) family of brands, we're poised to grow like never before. There's nothing more exciting than bringing our hearty food and heartfelt service to new guests, no matter where they live. As they say in the fire station, let's eat.
Welcome to Firehouse subs. How may I help you?
I would like to get the new barbecue Cuban sandwich, chips, and a small Fanta orange.
I'm sorry, but the new product is sold out.
No, it's not. I can see some barbecue Cuban sandwiches sold out.
It's just the regular Cuban sandwich, which contains I recently visited my parents in Florida and no trip is complete without a visit to the Colombia. Originally opened in 1905 by Cuban immigrants in Ybor City, it is the state's oldest restaurant. The family has since opened a location about an hour south in Sarasota, where my parents live, a stunning restaurant with incredible mojitos, the best black beans and rice I've ever had, and of course, an amazing Cuban sandwich. The cornerstone of an authentic Cuban sandwich is the delicious slow-roasted pork. If you happen to have some Cuban roast pork available, by all means use it. I'm still recovering from endless hours of cooking over Thanksgiving and trying to psych myself up for the Christmas insanity. I'm sorry, I just didn't have it in me to roast pork. So I visited the deli counter at the grocery store and asked for maple glazed ham to add a bit of sweetness and hot capicola for some spice. Purists may shake their head and call this a Cuban-inspired sandwich, but honestly, even without the roast pork, it still made a good sandwich. Damn good. Good bread is essential, and ideally you'll want to use Cuban bread, a white bread similar to Italian or French bread, though it's generally baked with a bit of fat. I was surprised to find that my local grocery store carried Cuban bread, but you may substitute it with a long loaf of Italian bread if need be. If you are substituting the Cuban bread, I would suggest that you not use something too crusty, like a baguette. The exterior of the bread needs to have a bit of softness so that it can be later pressed. I've made this sandwich with a variety of pickle types, and I have found that dill pickles are by far the best complement to the other flavors. I once made a Cuban with bread and butter pickles and the flavor combination was totally off. I actually had to remove the pickles from the sandwich. Dill is definitely the way to go. A good Cuban doesn't have a lot of fussy ingredients, but it's packed with a ton of flavor. A traditional Cuban sandwich is layered with ham, roast pork, Swiss cheese, pickles, and mustard. There's no lettuce, tomato, or mayo on this baby. As with any dish, the better the ingredients, the better the sandwich. This becomes even more imperative with fewer ingredients. The sandwich should not be overstuffed with ham, but well proportioned. Pressing the sandwich reduces its size by about half while crisping the bread, melting the cheese, and rendering the flavors of the ingredients.
What does this mean?
It means I will kick the shit out of you out of the restaurant.
Wow 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 wow
Cut the bolt chain and shut up. How? A penguin shouldn't be in Firehouse subs. They can't even eat human food. Penguins are flightless seabirds that live almost exclusively below the equator. Some island dwellers can be found in warmer climates, but most, including emperor, copyright lie, chinstrap, and gentoo penguins reside in and around icy Antarctica. A thick layer of blubber and tightly packed, oily feathers are ideal for colder temperatures. The 18 different species of penguins can widely in shape and size but all have black bodies and white bellies. This protective counter-shading allows them to hide from predators like leopard seals and orcas while they swim. While penguins can't fly, their stiff flippers, webbed feet, and sleek shape make them expert swimmers. In fact, they spend most of their lives in the ocean and do nearly all of their hunting for krill, squid, and crabs underwater. They can swim about 15 miles an hour, and when they want to go faster, they often porpoise, or leap out of the water as they swim. Life on land. On land, penguins have an upright stance and tend to waddle, hop, or run with their bodies angled forward. Polar penguins can travel long distances quickly by tobogganing, or sliding across the ice on their bellies and pushing forward with their feet. If it's especially cold, they huddle together in large colonies that protect them from predators and provide warmth. These colonies consist of thousands, and even millions, of penguins. Free bonus issue. Subscribe. Breeding penguins come ashore to lay their eggs and raise their chicks. Most penguins stay with their mate for many years and lay only 1 or 2 eggs at a time. Parents take turns keeping their eggs warm, and when they hatch, feeding and protecting the chicks. For a few weeks each year, thousands of baby birds wait together while their parents forage for food. When mother and father return, chicks listen for the unique audio frequency of their parents' call, allowing them to reunite in a large, noisy crowd. Soon after the chicks fledge, parents will begin molting. Unlike some birds that shed a few feathers at a time, penguins lose all their feathers at once during a process called catastrophic molt. They condense this process to just a few weeks because they must fast during this time. They can't hunt without their waterproof feathers. Conservation and threats. About 2/3 of penguin species are listed as threatened on the IUCN Red List, making them one of the most endangered seabirds. Loss of habitat, disease, and infectious diseases spread by tourists loom as threats. Commercial fishing in the Southern Ocean is also a significant concern, as it has reduced fish supply by about half in the Antarctic Peninsula. This forces many penguins to compete for food, and puts them in danger of getting accidentally captured by fishing nets. Among the biggest threats to penguin populations is climate change. Warming in the polar regions has melted sea ice, which penguins depend on to find food and build nests. Rapidly changing conditions mean Antarctica could lose most of its penguins to climate change by the end of the century. To survive, they may have to relocate to new habitats, go back to wherever. Penguins live primarily in the southern hemisphere. The tiny blue penguins can be found in Australia and New Zealand, while the majestic emperor penguins can be found in Antarctica and the king penguins can be found in many subantarctic islands. And penguins do not talk or have the Joey text-to-speech voice. So therefore, you really fucked up, asshole. Nowadays I don't care about being fired. Let's go.